Students, till now in last video we have discussed the law of chemical combination, that is law of conservation of mass and law of constant proportion. Now in this video I will tell you about the Dalton's atomic theory and about atoms and about the symbols of elements, how are symbols of elements given or was given by scientists, and atomic mass. So about these things we will discuss in this video. So firstly, about Dalton's atomic theory. About till now you have learned about what is matter, and matter is made up of smallest particles that we call atom, and one kind of atom is called elements. Elements cannot be exist in a free states, they having tendency to combine with other element. So on the combination of different elements we have discussed the theory of law of constant proportion or law of constant proportion and law of conservation of mass. So British chemist, the next problem faced by scientists was to give appropriate explanation of these law that we have learnt in last video. So British chemist John Dalton provided the basic theory about the nature of matter, and I hope you have understood about the matter, because this matter about matter have come in previous chapter. Dalton picked up the idea of divisibility of matter. Divisibility means if we go on dividing the matter further and further, then one situation will come that where matter is divided into smallest particle that we call atom. So which was till then just a philosophy. Dalton picked up the idea of divisibility of matter, which was till then just a philosophy. Philosophy means that that is not based on practical. So that is philosophy. That scientists give their views about something, not doing the practical about that we call philosophy. So he took the name atom as given by Greek philosophers such as Leucippus and Democritus, that give smallest particles of atom the name of smallest particle of matter, that they told as atom, and said that the smallest particle of matters are atom. His theory was based on the law of, his theory means Dalton's theory was based on the laws of chemical combination. Dalton's atomic theory provided an explanation for law of conservation of mass and law of definite proportion. So here the postulates of these theory of may be stated as follows. So here are the postulates of Dalton atomic theory. So firstly, according to Dalton's atomic theory, all matter, atom is also matter, molecule, compound, mixture, all these things are matter. So whether an element, a compound, a mixture is composed of smallest particle called atoms. So all things is made up of smallest particle, that are atoms. So the postulates of this theory may be stated as follows. All matter is made up of very tiny particles called atom. All the matters is made up of tiny particles that we call atoms. Second is atoms are indivisible particles, means atoms cannot be divided further. Suppose this is matter, and if we try to divide this atom, it will not be divided further. Atoms are indivisible particles which cannot be created or destroyed in a chemical reaction. It will be not be destroyed and not can be created. Next is atoms of a given element are identical in mass and chemical properties. Means this is, suppose this is atom of hydrogen element, this is atom of carbon element. So elements are identical in mass, means they are having particular mass and having particular chemical properties. And chemical properties means that how does they take part in a chemical reaction, what type of color they have. So these are all come in chemical properties. Next is atoms of different elements have different masses and chemical properties. Atoms of, these are the two atoms, so they are having different mass, and hydrogen and carbon chemical properties are also differ in between each other. So this is the fourth postulates of Dalton atomic theory. Next is atoms combine in the ratio of small whole number to form compounds. So this postulate is based on the law of constant proportion. Here atoms combine in the ratio this is the H2O. So here at hydrogen and oxygen, the atom of hydrogen or oxygen element combine in a ratio to combine in the ratio of small whole number to form compound. So here two atom of hydrogen element and one atom of oxygen element combine to form water molecule. So this is the whole number. In whole numbers, atoms of a particular element combined to make a compound. So this is based on law of constant proportion. And next is the relative number and kinds of atoms are constant in a given compound. The relative number means this is water molecules, and here the number of hydrogen atom and the number of oxygen atom is always constant, and the number of hydrogen atom 2 and the number of oxygen atom 1. So these numbers of atoms that form a water molecule is always constant, and kinds of atom means always hydrogen or oxygen atom present in water molecules in a given compounds. Here are two questions related to Dalton's atomic theory. Solve these two questions. Next is, what is an atom? Now let's discuss about the atom. What is atom? The building block of all matters are atom. All the matters are made up of atoms, and if we go dividing on matter, then smallest part of matter is atoms. Okay. Next is, more than millions of atoms when stocked would make a layer barely as thick sheet of paper, such as this is thick sheet of paper, or this is thick sheet of silicon. An image of the surface of silicon. This is the sheet of silicon surface that is made up of silicon atoms. Here atoms are showing in this picture. So though modern techniques, we can produce magnified image of surfaces of elements showing atoms. So this sheet is made up of silicon elements or atoms of silicon elements. So this is magnified image of surface of elements showing atoms. Means here atoms of these silicon atoms are showing in this layer. When atoms of silicon element are stocked together, they make a layer barely as thick sheet of paper. Friends, next is modern day symbols of atoms of different elements. Means how are the symbols of atoms of a particular elements are given. So, and you know that what is element? One kind of atom is known as element. Matter is made up of atoms, and particular type of atom is known as elements. All the matter that are made up of atom. So all the matters, such as two matters, if we take two matters, then they both containing different type of atoms, or they made up of different elements. So modern day symbols of atoms of different elements. Nowadays IUPAC, that we call International Union of Pure and Applied Chemistry, full form of IUPAC, approves names of element. Many of the symbols are the first one or first two letter of the element's name in English. So how are the symbols of elements are given? Such as this is the symbol of hydrogen element, and how are these symbols taken? This is the name of this element hydrogen. So first letter of this name of hydrogen element is taken as the symbol, and these symbols are provided nowadays IUPAC. Aluminium, here first two letter of this aluminium, first two letter of the name of aluminium element are taken as the symbol of aluminium element. So Al. Next is cobalt. Here CO is used as the symbol of cobalt element, from which we take first two letter from the cobalt and taken as a symbol of cobalt element. And many of the symbols most of the elements are the symbols of most of the elements are given in this manner, but some symbols of elements are was given in a different way, and you can read this in a book that how are the symbols of different elements are given, except this, because most of the element symbol are given in this way, but there are some exception. So you can read that exception, that how can symbols of elements be given. The first letter of a symbol is always written as a capital letter, and here is a rule to write a symbol of element, that first letter of a symbol is always written as a capital letter, such as here aluminium symbol, A is in capital and L is in small letter. So this is that I wrote here the symbol of cobalt. This is wrong because here both two words are written in, both two letters are written in capital letter. C is in capital and O is in small letter. So students, till now you have learned about what is matter and how our matter formation occurs, that matter made up of particles, and that particles may be atoms, may be molecules, and may be compound, and if we divide molecule or compound, they break down into smallest part that we call atom. So matter is made up of small atoms. That is the building block of matter, or the smallest unit of matter. So our next topic is atomic mass. You know that our whole world is made up of matter, and matter is made up of particles, and that particles may be atom, molecules, and compound, or smallest unit of matter is atom. Means finally matter is made up of atoms, and atoms are different types, and particular type of atom is called as elements. So how are the atomic mass was given to the particular atom of element? So till now the scientist had given laws of chemical combination, in which laws of conservation of mass and laws of definite proportion included. So relative atomic masses were determined using the laws of chemical combination and compound form. You know that how are compound form? Compound form by the formation of compound we can understand by using the laws of conservation of mass and laws of chemical combination also. So the laws of chemical combination, in which two laws is included. First is laws of conservation of mass, and second other is law of definite proportion. And compound formed. So how are compound formed? By using these two things, relative atomic masses were determined. And how what is relative atomic mass, and what is relativity to measuring the mass of any substance? If we take example about relative atomic mass, such as suppose this is watermelon, and if we divide this watermelon into 12 equal pieces, and this is the one piece, this is one piece out of the 12 equal piece. Then fruit seller take this one piece of watermelon as a standard reference or standard weight to measure the mass of okay. So this one piece of the mass of this one piece of watermelon is utilized by fruit seller to measure the mass of fruit or the weight of fruits. So this is standard weight, and the mass of this piece is equal to the one fruit mass unit. Means whatever the mass are consisted by this piece, that mass is equal to as one fruit mass unit, and by using this unit fruit seller measure their fruits. Such as he take this one piece of watermelon and measure the weight of other fruits, such as these two fruits. The weight of these two fruits is equal to this one piece of watermelon. It means the mass of these two fruits is equal to 1 fruit mass unit, such as this is 1 kg, and if we go on at a fruit seller, then he takes a 1 kg weight, and this is a standard weight, and by comparing this, by using this mass, or by comparing with this mass, he can measure the mass of the fruits, such as these are the fruits that is to be measured by using or by comparing this mass. So when both are equal, so it means these fruits are equal to 1 kg weight. So this is the comparison of mass, and this is relativity, that by using this mass we can measure the fruits of mass, and this is relative atomic mass. And here, if the equal size of and equal weight of 4 fruits is come, and then this is not equal to 1 piece of, then if he use 2 pieces of watermelon, then 2 pieces of watermelon equal to then these 4 fruits, the mass of these 4 fruits is equal to the 2 piece of this watermelon, means this mass of fruits is equal to the 2 FMU. FMU means fruit mass unit. Their weights are equal to the 2 piece of watermelon, and 1 piece mass is take as the unit to measure the mass of the fruits. This is a unit. And unit such as we take 1 kg and gram unit to measure the mass of the substance. In a same manner, we can assume this as a unit to measure the mass of fruits, 1 FMU. In a same manner, scientists determine the mass of atoms. How can they determine? Let's we understand. Here, let us take an example of reaction of carbon and oxygen. This is a reaction, carbon and oxygen, and carbon monoxide is formed. Carbon is taken as 3 gram and oxygen is taken as 4 gram, and carbon monoxide is formed of 7 gram. So here we can try to understand the relativity by which we can measure the mass of elements or mass of atoms of a particular element. So it means 3 gram of carbon react with 4 gram of oxygen. So then 1 gram of carbon is react by 4 by 3 gram of oxygen. So here, if we divide this, then we find out 1.33. Means 1 gram of carbon react with 1.33 gram of oxygen atom. But here this is not as whole number. If we wants to compare the mass of the two substance, then their mass should be equal as whole number and should be present in a whole number. So here the mass of carbon and oxygen in which they react, their mass is not present as a whole number. So by using this mass we cannot compare the mass of carbon and oxygen. It is not easy. So however, it is more convenient to have these numbers as a whole number. So what scientists did at that time, while searching for various atomic mass unit means by which we can measure the mass of atoms, such as in the case of 1 fruit mass unit, by using the unit that was 1 fruit mass unit, fruit seller used that unit to measure the mass of fruits. In the same manner, that is atomic mass unit, a unit by which atomic mass of elements can be measured. So scientists were searching atomic mass units to measure the weight of atoms. Scientists initially took 1/16 of the mass of an atom of naturally occurring oxygen as the unit. The mass of one atom of oxygen is equal to the 16 U, and U is the atomic mass unit. And scientists at the time take as a standard reference to measure the mass of atoms of 1/16 part of the mass of an atom of oxygen. Such as 1/16 part of the oxygen atom is equal to the 1 U. because 1 upon 16 part of the oxygen mass of oxygen atom means 16. 1 upon 16 part of the mass of oxygen atom means 16 into 1 upon 16, that is equal to 1 U. And this 1 U taken as a standard reference or as a unit to measure the mass of elements at that time. So this is that oxygen taken as a unit to measure the mass of elements, and the 1 upon 16 part of the mass of an atom of oxygen element taken as a unit. Oxygen, and why oxygen was taken as a unit to measure the mass of elements? Because oxygen react with a large number of elements and formed compound. Next is this atomic mass unit gave masses of most of the elements as whole number. So if we compare the mass of the atoms of a particular element with the mass of the 1 upon 16 part of the oxygen element, then by using this unit, 1 U unit, mostly mass of element or mass of the atoms of a particular elements can be determined as a whole number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So students, what is relative atomic mass? Relative atomic mass of the atom of an element is defined as the average mass of the atom as compared to the 1/12 the mass of one carbon-12 atom. Scientists took as a standard reference previously to measure the mass of atom of oxygen element, but later they take carbon atom. The mass of the 1/12 the mass of one carbon-12 atom was taken as the standard reference or standard weight or as a unit to measure the mass of other elements, such as carbon. The mass of one atom of carbon is 12 parts. So 1/12 part of this mass of one atom of carbon atom, that is 1, that is equal to the 1. This 1 or 1 this 1 is taken as the atomic mass unit. Atomic mass unit means by using this U or 1 U unit, mass of other atoms can be determined, or by comparing these comparing the mass of other elements with this 1 U mass, scientists can be able to determine the mass of atoms. So the definition is defined as the average mass of the atom, that average mass of the atom as compared to the 1/12 the mass of one carbon-12 atom, that we call relative atomic mass. Such as oxygen mass is 16 U. One atom of oxygen mass is equal to 1 U. So how much heavier of this one atom of oxygen comparatively to 1/12 the mass of one carbon atom, that is equal to 1 U. So this one atom of oxygen is heavier or is 16 times heavier than this 1 U. So this is comparison, or this is the relative atomic mass. That is here definition is written. And average atomic mass of oxygen element is 16. That is average mass of the atom. And how can we determine average mass of the atom? You will be studied this in next chapter. Average mass of the atom needed to be find out in the case of isotopes. And what is isotopes? You will be learn in next chapter. So the relative atomic mass of all elements have been found with the respect to an atom of carbon-12. And why we write here carbon-12? Because one atom of carbon, the mass of one atom of carbon is equal to the 12 U. What is U? It is a unit. Such as we take the unit to measure the weight of fruits or in our daily life as 1 kg. So kg is a unit to measure the mass of the things. In the same manner, the measuring unit of the atoms is U. Unit of atomic mass, AMU, atomic mass unit. The full form of AMU is atomic mass unit. According to latest IUPAC recommendations, it is now written as U, and this is the abbreviation of this symbol of atomic mass unit, that is written as U, unified mass. One atomic mass unit, that is 1 AMU or 1 U, is a mass unit equal to exactly 1/12 the mass of the one atom of carbon atom. You know that 1 kg, that is a unit to that is unit of measuring the weight of things, and we know that how much heavier the mass of 1 kg. So in a same manner, 1 U, the mass of 1 U or 1 U or 1 atomic mass unit is a mass unit that is equal to the exactly 1/12 the mass of one atom of carbon 12, that is equal to 1 U. Means this is the mass of one atom of carbon element, and 1/12 part of this mass we can write as 12 into 1/12, that is equal to 1, and this is written as 1 U, that is the atomic mass unit or unified mass, U or AMU. So here elements, hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, sodium, elements in here atomic mass unit or U, mass of these elements are written here as in U or atomic mass unit. So hydrogen mass, one atom of hydrogen is equal to the 1 U, one atom of carbon element is equal to 12 U, nitrogen, the mass of one atom of nitrogen element is equal to 14 U, oxygen element is equal to 16 U, and sodium, mass of one atom of sodium element is equal to 23 U. So this is relativity, because the mass of all these elements are or were determined as the as or by comparing with the mass of 1/12 part of the mass of one atom of carbon 12. So I hope you have understood these all very well. Thank you.